All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start again. Welcome back. It's Shalonda O'Shea Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained on Facebook and American Empress Unchained here on YouTube. And yeah, it was just something that just went through my mind I was supposed to say and I forgot. All right. Um, yeah. The temple is filled with smoke and his glory and power, and no one could enter until the seven angels had completed pouring out the seven plagues. Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, so again, we're in Revelation 17. I think we're going to read into 19. Okay, um, so again, someone said, "Come with me. I will show you what is going to happen to the notorious prostitute who sits upon many waters of the world." Okay, the king. So we have to be careful. I'm saying when it because we pulled this card the other day, right? With the bird with the key in its mouth, and I was like, "What you trying to tell me? Where is it? Oh, right here." Okay, and I was saying this is just some kind of family dynamic here. Okay, again, familial ties, as above, so below. I'm sorry, it keep on moving, and I don't want to look. Oh, see, I don't like it looking like that. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, so again, familial ties, ties that you may not even be aware of. Again, I call it like things that go on in different areas or whatever. And again, this is the Ace of Pentacles, right? I don't know why I just thought Pentecostal, but again, just because I don't know, words just be doing that to me, okay? So again, the mothering energy, the dead child here, dead babies underneath here. Again, the bones, so-called, the Vatican energy. I don't know what it is. Maybe again, this has something to do with a hierarchy energy of a very powerful woman, right? A very popular woman, possibly. And then again, someone that looks up to her as a child, because they don't look exactly alike, but they're kind of like the same. And then look at this dead child right here. So this make me think about nationality as well. So again, what is it, right? What is it? Okay. Yeah, there's more pictures I want to share. Um, and look, if you ever even notice these here, like on platforms and stuff like this, the etchings and stuff that are at the bottom here. It's almost the same thing as the Egyptian pyramids when you see the lower is still caste or class, hierarchy, energy. Okay. And it wasn't by color when it came to the pharaohs. It wasn't until the Indian or India Superior or Hindustan or Hindu energy came along that caused that portion to be cut off and put in the pits of hell or in that. But again, it's just those are the people that actually have the care. Those are the Christ. Those are the gods. Those are the direct bloodlines, possibly to you know. Some of us have these bloodlines that are possibly connected directly to the throne. So it just makes me wonder. And when it came to Mary, Queen of Scots, I know that the UK or Britain or something, they had it out for her head. Okay. And then we go to the Shekinah energy. We go to Mother Sophia. It's all wisdom. It's all that energy. I've sat and spent hours. People be thinking, how do you sit at home, don't do nothing? You sometimes you don't even talk. I'm communing. They maybe didn't expect. And I'm not the greatest or anything. I feel like, again, look, the lover's card. I feel like there is, again, a connection that's being, whatever, tampered with or whatever. Rather it be by the individual or, again, and look at this peacock for royalty. And then all these eyes here. Okay. I am that I am, or I see, or seeing energy, or, again, high priest, hierophant energy, possibly even. The swans. Okay. All right. So again, then we got this, what is it? For a cup. Well, look at this. It's almost like it's not a throne, right? But I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the faces that are in stuck inside of the Queen of Cups on the side of her throne. And then that serpent is coming up it. And again, the serpent wasn't the evilest. The serpent wasn't the murderous. The serpent wasn't whatever. It was what was the serpent described as? The oldest and wisest. And when he told them that they was not going to die, they didn't die. I'm not saying that they should have did what they did. I'm just saying but again, gods and kings in the Bible and these other individuals have killed many people or deceived people or started up lies or things like this. So I'm just saying, when it comes to the serpent energy, is rarely used. I rarely see the serpent energy used in the text. We would have to look and see how many times it's used. But again, when we go back to this story being told in reverse, or the hidden antiquity energy of the Americas, Mexico, or the Moshe people in South America, and all these things, when we start uncovering these things, so again, you have to be like looking at it from these, and this is what people do. This is what, again, they're supposed to be, what are they? What are the people? Okay, y'all? Not like Indiana Jones, but like, people that go digging for stuff. Archaeology, right? But most so-called people that look like us are not in it, okay? And again, there can be people that do that, but we'll just know that there have been whistleblowers that spoke out and said, hey, I wasn't able to put this stuff in there because, again, I would get in trouble. I would get this, or they would not accept it because it didn't fit the narrative. Well, the narrative might be wrong. You see what I'm saying? But they change it when it comes to something that will help them, but they don't, nobody's talking about this. Like, there's temples and stuff, walls of temples knocked down all over the plain that we could go and take, look on Google search or somewhere else or whatever at all these pictures. If you really, if you have an eye, right, then you can look at some of these mountains. Just look at like sometimes I sit there and look at my screen, my slideshow on my screen, and I see different things and mountains and stuff like that. Again, so it may be like some gift of foresight or something, right? That's going to be natural to the children of God. It may not be that way for the children of man. So the children of man sit there and listen to and watch what the Aquarius or this energy, right? The Mother Earth Gaia energy. She's naked because everybody's watching her. They want to know everything about her, but she don't even know. She don't even know until something source or the ancestors or some energy speaks it. And then other things start to say, and then you listen real close to what people are saying, right? And then you say, hold on, right? So again, it's the same thing. And so we say that we do inner alchemy, right? But then again, this energy here, it's like this person is using these things to mix up something. And their crown is back here. But they're trying to figure out with witchcraft, black magic, and sorcery, what they can do with this to get this outcome. Instead of just turning around, walking up the damn thing. No, but they'll hover over. Like I said in the other scriptures, these are the people that wait until wealthy men die. And they go there. You see what I'm saying? Okay? People can do whatever they want to do, but I'm just saying, sometimes something is speaking to you and you're not seeing it because it's like fascination or something. You're fascinated with something, right? Or it's just like, again, desires, right? You're fulfilling your desires. It's not really, then it turns into something, we're helping, but then it turns into something where people are gaining, and then they get greedy, or they say, I can get this over here too, or what can I do to switch this so I can get that, or whose identity is next. And again, this is what you have to know, that it's not about race. It's about people's works, their ways. It's about these things. You can't just go giving people that have the same skin color as you a pass. It don't work that way. You have to measure these people up on what they're saying, what is going on. And I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just using my sight as a gift freely that I'm giving to the world, that I've been dedicated my life for 12 years to. Because I know who I am. And all they try to cover, they know not what they do. And to be in an energy where you have to feel like you have to question that other counterpart, right? So again, we're not dropping that Christ energy, because it just says right here that Christ is going to be that energy that's going to be the rule, the living God that's going to be ruling. So again, somebody wants to give you a perception possibly of something else so that they can take and obtain and gain, because they don't want to be under the rule of somebody else. I'll do this before that is that, right? But they're not realizing that, again, this is like me having the keys. You know what I'm saying? This is like me having the keys. It just is. And a masculine. And I feel like when it comes to the cup energy, that energy fills me. And then I feel that energy some kind of way. Again, with not physically, but like I said, because I had to say that because people are going to be thinking, oh, you're running around, or this person is running around. So when I'm saying that as someone who, I mean, even if you look at her, she want to get this crown or whatever. You see all these things coming off of her head. You know what I'm saying? This radiance or whatever, this light or illumination. You know what I'm saying? This is things that we practiced a very long time ago, right? But again, when it comes to highways and byways, of course, there was no highways in the biblical times. Maybe aqueducts and bridges and stuff like that, but there were no highways. So again, what are we talking about? When Moana is saying that people were voyagers and she's seeing them like in dream state, like hovering over the water. Ancient Egypt, the boats and things like that. What are we talking about? Again, and it's hard for people to know. So even like somebody like me, I'm like, man, how can I, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want to tap in, I'm tapped in here with information, but I want to go there. You know what I'm saying? And I also, like I know how to tap in to get like peace or a natural like high, or, like commune with source, or just like, when I'm seeking something like outside, like inside of myself, like for something that might be outside of myself. But again, I feel like there's other stuff that's going on in different realms or different ways, and I'm not invited, and it frustrates me because I feel like I've been there, but I don't know, like that's what I'm saying, like oblivious to it. Okay. All right. So again, the notorious prostitute who sits on many waters of the world, the kings of the world. Okay. So now the other day we were talking about the kings of the earth. Now it's saying the kings of the world. Okay. So again, when we talk about kings of the world, it's just making me think of just, masculine energies when it comes to, kings in the tarot. Okay. Because they are the most prominent cards. Okay, but I noticed that none of them have white robes. Who sits on many waters of the world. That might be the King of Cups. That could be in a feminine body today. That's what I'm talking about, androgynous energy here. Yeah, so the King of Wands is on like wood and cement. And you see all this underneath here? There's something there. There's even some upside down writing there. I think that's why people used to use magnifying glasses. Yeah. When they read or looked at images and stuff like that because of that. Okay, so the King of Swords, he's sitting on high, right? Butterflies here. Okay, but he does have a white robe. Red covering. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's on a mountain cliff or something here. I'm looking for the King of Cups though, because there's something there, and I think we just looked at it actually. The Emperor is on cement, wedged in between a mountain. Okay. I mean, is it gone? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it went, y'all. I think it's talking about the King of Cups energy, though. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, here he is. Right? Sitting on many waters. Because you look at the water. White water, blue water, yellow water. This could be a king that is in, again, a feminine body. But it's about the inner G. Right? Because he kind of do look kind of gangster. He even got a little fish on that gold chain with the fish, y'all. Okay? That make me kind of giggle every time. Okay? So again, that's somebody that's it's making me think about trade and commerce. Okay? Now that could be money, land, resources, jewels, whatever. Okay, information. The king of the world have had immoral relationships or relations with her, and the people of the earth have been made drunk by her wine, by the wine of her immoralities. Okay, this is making me think about blood being shed. Okay. Okay. Because again, take. You know, people ain't, they're seeing me as a traitor possibly or something, but I'm just saying, like, what is it then? So then this group of people then are of waters, but I'm water and earth, air and fire. And so it's just like everybody, what it is, so we just gonna get whatever, right? And we will oppress or suppress or tie down or bind the empress. This is why, again, we never go back to the matriarchal energy, because patriarchal energy has been advanced and used their work all together in order to suppress or oppress the energy. Even when it comes to the Jesus Christ energy, the Christ is that portion, a portion of that light. You could look at it either or. The Jesus could be a feminine energy with a masculine, a feminine person with masculine energy. It could also be a male with feminine energy. It could be a male with male energy, vice versa, whatever. Okay. But what I'm saying is, when I'm thinking about this main twin flame capital relationship, I feel like, again, it is supposed to weigh each other out. Now, if someone is not included, then again, it's not real enlightenment then, right? It's just, you're going to perceive that. And somebody is going to be trapped again in some type of basement or in the underworld or in some kind of, under some kind of, you know, like the seals that we just looked at. And people will be able to take from it whenever, or the bloodline or anything, right? Take from the fruit of, okay? But then again, if we look at it from the biblical, it's almost like it's cursed or something, but it's really not. It's just people said that it was so that it would not be able to do what it's doing. So if we blame these families for the things that happened back then, you really probably got it wrong. You're probably really running off right now with Satan and the holy priestesses and those people that have powerful tongues to make things happen. Those people that are working for that, the great spirit source or God, or that just whole universal energy. Okay. They didn't call it the old world for nothing. It was the world that, again, populated the entire earth. It's vice versa. You think, again, we can go deep into that, but we're not. So you think about Africa in that sense, but America is the real old world. This is where the story began, in my eyes. Okay? All right. And the people of the earth have been made dry. So it's just like, oh, okay, well, this person is helping us get this. These outer material things or whatever. So, you know, like, I had to look at this when it comes to me. Why I was questioning, why I was fighting against some of these things that seemed so pleasant for the people. Until Source started showing me things. And then I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute, okay. And then it just made me think, like, because, you know, I had a breakdown one time throughout this thing and said, why do I can feel the air cutting? Like, people just hate me. Like, people just want me gone. Like, they're treating me like the vid. You know what I'm saying? Family, friends, everything. And I don't know, maybe other people felt this kind of isolation as like a black sheep energy, or that, again, those are going to be the ones that are going to have the dreams and visions and everything, right? So again, maybe other people have felt that. And so I'm just saying that. But then just like, again, I felt like this is different. There's some of us that hold because of our lineage, some kind of priestly something, some kind of direct, like God is just like there right now at this time. No one will know the time, not even the sun or whatever. But I'm just saying, who will know the time? I can't remember if it was the son or the son of man or however they worded it. Okay. Not even the father or whatever. So again, the father can't be God then. You see what I'm saying? So who knows the time? The beginning and the end, right? So of course people are going to be like, oh no, what is this person doing? They're not doing anything. They're not building, but I'm building people up. I'd rather do that than deal with any type of material things or anything any day. And I hope that's what I'm doing, right? I hope that, okay? And it's just a shame that people want to cover up that, which would be to me a form of my so-called legacy, right? And I'm feeling some kind of way about that. I feel some kind of way when source shows me, you see what they're doing. They're never going to honor you. They're going to continue to put people over you, or they're going to continue to do it right in front of your face and rub it right in your face. They're going to continue to have these, people sitting in that house, the big house or the White House, right? Until somebody says something. You can't just say nothing. But again, society, it makes me think about the whole thing. And what God do you trust, right? And then again, who? If you were the children of this person, you would do like them. So again, what was Abraham doing? Let's think about some of the storylines of what he was doing. Was he one of the energies that was going around and conquering and stuff too? What was the whole energy of that energy? Moses as a leader of the people, right? So it's more of a spiritual, kind of essence, right? But again, there's people that led the people right into a burning building, or led them into some kind of greed or deceptive energy, or something that just wasn't right, in order to obtain something for another group to be put on top of Israel. So again, we're talking anti-Semite energy, right? Or we're talking about Israel and those children, right? So they're able to talk this without saying anti-Semite. They're able to talk this stuff about Israel, and the people left behind the enemy's lines or whatever. But nobody's doing anything about it. But we want to talk about somebody's feelings hurt about some slanderous comment. It's just gossip, and it's just silly. And it's just to rile something up. And it's just like, what? Yes. Okay, hold on. No matter what you say, okay? Okay, hold on. So no matter what you say, it doesn't, to me, okay, we're talking about what they might even call a paganistic energy. We're talking about what was going on here prior to religion on this land. When they said in the dumb diverses to come and slew all the Saracens and all these people. And again, Sarah having something to do with Sarah, okay? So again, Sarah Bartman also. Sarah, with her body shape, is the shape of a man. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have women in our family with this body shape. So let's leave them behind enemy lines and maybe even rig their phones in their homes and watch them and put them on some type of terrorist list. And it's not nothing that the people were doing, but telling the truth against these lies that some of these people in high places are in these dark places and high places are talking about behind our back. It just is what it is, period. Okay? But if we don't make noise about that, going to the root of it, connecting with our ancestors and source and things like this, then again, I feel like this is why we're so lost. Because we've gone, like the Bible says, and that's just people that believe in the Bible, okay? I'm just saying that. If you don't have to, right? But as if God was laughing about them keep on going to man's law for some kind of help. Yeah, just give me a second. Let me finish this. And not dealing with nature or God. And it's just that, right? Okay? And they know that some of us won't even be caught up with some of that stuff. So a lot of people pulled us into these things by using our identity or something like this. And then some people, pulled us into these things just because, because of who you are. So again, it's another energy of people that look like you, plants that have been planted into your communities, that some are doing good and some are taking advantage. And it's leaving more so-called Black people or American Aborigines or indigenous or Native Indians, whatever you want to call them, in harm's way. And it just seems like a crime spike or a spike in crime in rural areas and strange things like this. And you're just wondering what it is. And you want to keep yelling at the police or saying this when it's bigger than that. If you're put on a roster or something, you are a targeted individual. It's bigger than that. People are fighting to stay alive with the world wanting them possibly dead subconsciously, right? Because they're looking at them as a threat. Fear can get people to do many things. Money can also get people to do certain things. So the angel took me in spirit in the wilderness, okay? In the wild or the wilderness, or where somebody might be left behind enemy lines possibly, okay? There I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet animal, okay? And had 7 heads and 10 horns, written all over with blasphemies against God, okay? I was trying to think what I got on my chair. My coat. Okay. No, my chair is not red, right? But I'm just still thinking that this is talking about the scarlet animal. Could be talking about that coat of arms, you know. It could be talking about many things. I'm hearing part the Red Sea, so it could be talking about the red skin or that energy, okay? Okay, so again, written all over were blasphemies against God. This could be, okay, I don't know. I just heard it again. Something about gates, fowl of the air coming down, swooping in, and allodial energy. It just is what it said, period. Like, I don't have nothing against nobody. Nothing is personal on my channel about nobody. It just is what it is. We're talking about the situation ship. The ships that are going to get you back into slavery with a dirty axe. That some of us are doing the work to cleanse ourselves so that we can move further away from certain things, so that we can enter into that particular kingdom. This makes me think about energy, because I feel like I have been in something like, what are people saying? Why are they saying this? Why did they do this? How long they've been doing this behind my back? What about this smear campaign? Why wouldn't nobody tell me? Friends and family possibly? What? No. Okay. So again, it's just like that. And it's like, so again, this makes me think that we're talking about like some kind of judgment or something being called on these people that are doing these things, that are using governing forces and different, weapons that might have been left behind by military, right? Night vision goggles and these things in order to harass, harm, or again, sterilize, get supplies, for their new world. Order of things, possibly. Who knows? Okay. Who sits on many waters, okay, of the world. And again, this is making me think about the Queen of Cups. And it's also just like I said, it could be like the King of Cups. You could look at it like that too, okay? It makes me think about the Empire State Building and how, again, on one of those dollar bills, it shows New York in distress or underwater. It makes me think about this energy here. Children trapped underneath this thing here is a child. That's something to do with some child. It's just really just on my mind. And it's like, oh, look, there's the moon right here. Look like it a little bit to me. But, there's dark. She's got the shell here, the Venus shell, okay, manifest destiny shell. Again, somebody sitting high. They might be in, again, you're dabbling in what's going on with your crown, a laser or something, anything like this, okay? Because who constructed these damn things, these crowns? You see what I'm saying? Back then, who constructed these crowns? Magnificent. So in this thing here. So we're talking ancient alien. When I say that, I'm just saying ancient unknown shit that you can't just like light bulbs in ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like this. So when was the Egyptian dynasty? Was it really in the 18th? You know what I'm saying? Was the 18th dynasty really having something to do with the 1800s? I mean, I'm just saying. Because again, it wasn't until those slave laws and codes and stuff were getting made in the late 1800s where it feels like that's when we really actually lost our so-called independence. Okay. So again, she sits on many waters, and maybe these pebbles or these rocks have something to do with something like this. Okay. But again, she's sitting on the ground. She's really on the ground. This might make me think that this is a commoner, peasant, servant energy, right? Somebody would, okay. And then It's just like a spy or a plant. Somebody that, they got to have this crown thing. It's kind of like, while the empresses and deities and goddesses always have their eyes covered, you have these women. Like I said, this representing woman in a sense. Because the people of the earth would represent earth. They wouldn't be called woman. So although so-called slave masters or lords or masters came, they bedded the handmaids or the original women, and they brought other women in from different places, right, in order to be the queens. But the women that they bedded and made to bed wenches or mammies were already queens. So what make that think that the people that helped these people get with the land grab and all these other ways get the land, like King said, and help them get the land, help pay for them to go to school for the land, pay them to farm the land, and all this other stuff? Who did the land come from? So it really just wouldn't make no sense to me. If we're gonna go back to basics, we're gonna make things right, then that don't make no sense to me. But it was to make sure that when that 400 years was over, or prior to that sons, descendants of man, foreign nations that have ties or sexual, not all of them, but the ones that have ties with and sexual immoralities with other nations and maybe doing something mischievous behind the scenes while they're watching and surveilling capital. Look, this is capital energy. Look at the dome, right? And you also got like the little cherubim here from like the tabernacle energy. So what's the tabernacle? What's something that might be untouchable? Wonders of the world. Because they used Sarah Baartman for a sideshow, for a circus. That card we pulled the other day, one woman circus or one man circus. For what? To make the empress look bad. If this has been done to you, it was to make you, or again, the stars, right? The high priestesses, those energies, make them look some kind of way. To degrade. The worst thing a man can do to a woman is to rape, in a sense. That could be taking something spiritually, physically, emotionally, whatever, from a woman. The most honorable thing would be to repent and turn away from idols and treat a queen or an empress, especially when it comes to the ones that are indigenous, in a certain way. People can do whatever they want to do, but I'm just saying, if we're going back to the order, if we talking about the stuff we talking about in this text here, then again, it seemed like to me that sons of God and earth and that energy and that nature and that natural something of this soil where our ancestors were slaughtered and killed and bled for even so-called white people. I mean, I'm just saying, I just tell it how it is. This is spy. She looks so jealous and she looks so mad. So again, we sitting here talking about this. Somebody say, oh, that's what she talked about? Well, let me see this. Okay. We're talking about how women were used, right? For tactical moves in war. They were used for warming beds. They were used for cooking. They were used for, again, showing where, when it comes to Lois and Clark and that energy, is talking about, we did videos on that extensive. It's talking about them, being used to navigate even, or narrate, or even show people, where certain things were. And so it's funny, we find this Triton randomly. I'm looking at this image and I'm just going along. Something in the Bible told me to go to this river. I'm going around the riverbed and just looking on this little search thing. And then we see this thing that looks like a Triton in the ground with a man holding it. It's an old statue. It's probably a temple or something that was knocked down. I'm not saying there's a man actually that's that big that was there, but I think it was a temple possibly. And then now all of a sudden this whole thing about them detaching, and then this whole thing with Barbados and the pitchfork. And the thing about it, the ancestors and guides or the energies that are here that I feel are supposed to be assisting me, it's like everybody's just like, again, looking over, using the work, like I'm just some kind of thing or something. And I'm just like that motherfucker. And so it's just like, that's where I don't get. And I'm just supposed to be patient. I'm supposed to be quiet. I'm supposed to chill. I ain't supposed to worry. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. And then Source showed me, I don't even watch TV and stuff like that no more. right? But Source will tell me, watch this episode, look at this or look at that. But it's like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Let them continue to do whatever they're doing. But it's just like, just acknowledge it. And this is way that Source shows and makes man look silly. His technology looks. People want to keep on saying that it's the Wuhan and everything like this. Could it be an act of God? So again, if you mad at God, you take that up with God or Source. You know what I'm saying? And then that might be. But again, people don't want to do that. They'll scapegoat and try to use one of his children to sacrifice. And again, I'm saying it ain't happening. I did too much work with this, and it's just like that's what I feel. Okay, all right, all right. Written all over her, blasphemies of God, again, because I feel like this has something to do with, again, smearing goddess energy, period, men and women. And it's not about your nationality, really, for par se, okay, what is that word, okay? But it is about who you are. This is where I'm seeing some kind of conflict when it comes to Moab and then the children of God. The children of man and the children of God in the books that we've been reading lately. Because it is just making me think, like I said, that they are trying to cover or cull or hide or detach the true cornerstone or stones, right? Yes, hold on. The woman wore purple and scarlet clothing and a beautiful jewelry made of gold and precious gems and pearls, and held in her hand a golden goblet full of obscenities. Okay? So again, look at this. This has got to be talking about this card. Got to be. This is people watching people in private places. This is people peering in on you. Look at this. With some device. Your phone is a device. Okay? These towers and shit. These are devices, right? And look at how these little nosy babies looking. Because again, manifest destiny, she's riding on this shell, or she's floating with a scarlet scarf around her. But again, she got this little scarlet scarf hiding behind her, because these are like I said, these are the people that still having. It's not because they are of the waters. That's why it's not prejudice, right? It's saying that they're doing immoral things where people can be traded, children and women, and they'll sit in your face and say, "Oh, what's happening? Why we care about these people and we care about that," but I don't know. Maybe they do talk about but I know we brought it up here, and then we unchained it here, and then somebody else took it right away and tried to hurry up and unpack it there. And it's like a deflective energy, I feel. And I can't do nothing but call shit out because I don't care about nobody's feelings. Really, not even mine. I don't like mass deception. People can have secrets. You can do whatever you're trying to do or whatever you want to do. But when it comes to mass deception, I can't stand it. Anybody telling you nobody don't make no little white lie, right? Once in a while, maybe you don't even really realize you did, okay? But I'm talking about people that really know what they doing, and that's just fucked up. I don't like it, okay? Yeah. So this is why these people were persecuted for the word of God, because God was saying these things. And again, we've already let militias possibly and different groups and everything like this, nation building. We've already let them get big enough and bad enough, or ISIS-K, whatever the other terms that they're using. What is it called? I want to use one, or at least. When it comes to the Taliban energy, that's just back. They're giving you a perception of what it is, and you're not realizing what it really is. And again, I think some of this is the work of God actually is turning things around and you know what I'm saying, putting his children back in a proper place. But I feel like, again, it's okay when that's happening, but when somebody is taking advantage of it, then that's when it's wrong. Or judging people by their skin color, maybe that. And there is another God, I believe, was saying that in the text, right? But again, it's not mine. So, okay. So yeah, this thing, it got precious stones, got a ruby or something on there. And she also got precious stones at her feet. Crystals. Yeah. This is representing crystals. And this card crystal is right here. So I think that this has something to do with that. Also nurturing energy. And she's like on a hill cliff or something like that. On a cliff. Yeah. That's what I think. This is what we're talking about. So let's keep going and see let's see what it's talking about. Oh, but also, listen. Okay, ooh. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Because again, projecting energy or whatever, right? Okay. But anyways, okay. Like I said, I see a dual energy here. I see what it is, and then the idol version whenever it comes to these things, right? I don't know why I just thought sealed portion, right? But if we look at this kind of look purple here. This thing wrapped around the world card, right? But again, she's naked. Everybody's seeing exactly what she's doing, right? But people are making rumors. It's just like the same thing with Christ, or the same thing with the woman that supposedly did something wrong, or just anything. People are making rumors about things. And they're trying to shed a light and start platforms and talk about these people and do things behind their back like punks. Anyways, because again, why wouldn't you bring it to the person's face? Which can lead women and children to be, in trouble. Men too. I mean, period. It's just what I'm seeing here. Okay. And if something's been concluded, I'm not in on it. And I don't know when it was or if it was. I just know what source is telling me to say. So people can say, oh, leave that behind. But no, what are we talking about? Wait a minute. This is saying this. I'm just a detective investigator or something for God. I don't know. A seer. So again, if it wasn't relevant, then source wouldn't be having me talk about it. That's just energy of people trying to project that so that you could stop digging or stop speaking. I feel like sometimes. Okay. All right. Full of obscenities. Okay. A mysterious caption was written on her forehead. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Why does it look like a coat of arms shield with like some things like around it on her crown? Yeah. I don't know why I just heard gatekeeper. But let's keep moving, okay? Mysterious caption was written on her forehead. Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes. Okay, so again, this is somebody that would want to talk about the slave trade or sex trade. This could be talking about the energy surrounding, which again usually comes in layers. But again, what they're projecting or showing us here is Como energy from New York. Mm? And I'm wondering what else has got to do with that. And then we see the whatever the lady's name is or whatever when it comes to the Epstein dude or whatever. Okay, that's supposed to be getting something done. It goes to me speaking again with source or being in that energy and saying, being upset the day before about women and children and men too that are being harmed and tortured and things like this by people blackmailed and used, abused, ran down, and it's just silent. And we're talking about silly things. So it's obviously somebody's not looking for these people or not making a big deal out of it. With as many are going missing, it's obviously not a big deal. It reminded me of one of those movies where children were being taken and taken off to like another place or whatever, and their memories was being what was that not Jupiter Ascending, but with count what was her name? Goodness, y'all know the movie I'm talking about. It's not Hunger Games. Divergent. All divergent energy here. And it just made me think about that. And they got the children there and then they just wiped their brains clean and then told them who their parents was or whatever. Crazy. And of idol worship everywhere around the world. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Idol worship. And this make me think about like even people being split up or recreated in a sense. Right? Or sculpting, watching something in a looking glass and then sculpting it, trying to make something in its likeness, right? Clone energy, whatever you might want to call it. Cyclone, replica energy here. Gemini energy, replica energy. maybe even Pisces energy. And again, everywhere around the world. So it's almost like, again, are some people being, I'm seeing even doppelganger energy, right? And then the blame being placed on certain, individuals. Or could it be, we could be looking at holographic things when it comes to certain things that people have supposed to have done. And you might be really looking like at a holographic energy and judging somebody wrongly because you didn't even ask why would somebody want to do this to somebody, because people are like insensitive, right? No, like that kind of thing. All right. They want to see the horrible things. They want to be. And then it's just unfair that, again, when it comes to that energy of putting someone in the pit, who are they putting in the pit? Because I feel like the energy, some energy, a sideways energy was coming towards me as if, oh, you fell. You won't be making it to whatever. And again, whatever you're talking about physical here on this plane, oh well, you know what I'm saying? But again, when it feels like when the spiritual connection within me is like whatever, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm feeling like I'm over here, like I'm walking this way or whatever. It's just like, it is like that energy. It's like, or it's like a float. I don't know. It's just like something. It's just like whatever. I don't even care no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. We'll just say that. Careless, fearless, whatever. Okay. What you abuse somebody for speaking their point of view, and it's not harming anyone. It's just crazy to me. And because I'm not even thinking about the point of view. I'm not thinking about the people. I'm not mad about this. I'm not holding no grudge. I'm saying, why would somebody, let's take it back to the root. Why would somebody want to do that to somebody? Well, we have okay, so now I see. So it don't even take a rocket scientist, right? When you're in tune or you're tapped in or tuned in. Okay. I could see that she was drunk with the blood of martyrs and Jesus she had killed. So again, I don't know. This blackness behind her is making me think about Black Widow energy. This baby right here is making me think about a baby. I just hear slain. And I don't know what that means, but it's something that's on me. So it might be something that's tied. I feel like, again, when I look at people, I'm not even looking at it's just like something else. And I guess it just is a gift to see certain things for some of us. And there's many of us out there, I feel. Okay. And we're ridiculed and we vilified and witchified and things like that. And we are the ones that came to heal or help heal this place. And for that, you get targeted, bullied, beat up, cast out, hunted down. I stared at her in horror, right? Because this could be my energy that they're trying to make into the whore when it's really another girl running around here, or some feminine energies running around here, right? In some of these states that source keep pushing at me, like New York and Georgia or Atlanta, Florida, even California. I'm talking about high priestesses or really gifted people where I have to try. I'm working with whatever to try to get myself there. Okay. Not to that, but I just, to continue to ascend, because I would just to be, some type of, healer, or some type of, to be in my full potential and power, right? It's just always, it's ever growing. And I don't know. I just feel like that's what it is. It's just like, it is a defective. I do feel like there was a defective something done by somebody that knew what was going on and wanted to put a stop to it. So you got people out here harming people. You got ways people might even be able to attack your womb from not even being in your presence, or collect specimens. Because we go back in history, we know that, again, this was happening. It was physical. We see all the books, the stories of women, especially of color or whatever, or so-called Black women, okay? Because that's mostly what they portray, right? And images of and things and stories of these people being tested on and worked on and things like this. I'm hearing field mice or something, lab rat or whatever. And it's just, so again, today it would be a little bit different. Just like they project that image of chains. But were they really using chains, or have the chains always been on the brain? Because they had to get to that prior to getting you to read the book or anything else. Okay. Yeah. So again, this is probably somebody like a world traveler or something. Okay. Um, yeah, I stared at her in horror. Okay. Why are you so surprised? The angel asks. I tell you who she is and what the animal she is riding represents. So I'm hearing stallion energy, maybe even Houston energy. I don't know, Texas. I don't know why that just keeps coming up. I don't know. It may even be talking about the Barbados energy. I don't know. Okay. He was alive but isn't now. I'm hearing man down. And yet soon he will come up out of the bottomless pit and go to eternal destruction. So I don't know. This is making me think about Pit or Pittman, Pitt's energy, again, which is a surname in my family, right? And again, these were the most beautiful people, soft, gentle, even older when they 80s years old, was very childlike, very pure at nature. My grandmother, these were magical beings, but that's how I know I'm a motherfucking the last unicorn. Nobody's perfect, but these people, I've always been somebody gifted to see deeper into people than what they are trying to show to people. I see people now, you know what I'm saying? I could put, like, if you're taking pictures at the club or something, I can point out, like, in the entourage what might be needing to go. You know what I'm saying? And you might not see it, you might not know, but again, I'm just that kind of individual. And again, most of the time when it come to me, I just ain't even going to be having nothing to say, or the energy is just going to be blocked. I only let people in. I mean, it's just this, and it's like, not like, oh my goodness, you should be, but I'm just saying, it's just the way that I don't know. It's the way that the ancestors are, probably protective or something. I don't know. Because really many times I do feel like energies are around, but I don't know. And I'm, also that would make, tell me, okay, let's look at it like this. Cause this is just something how I feel, what I see, right? What I feel has been done is something has been done. Even we're looking at this card here, the Lover's card. Look at how this ring is around their head and these peacocks is over their eyes. Same thing with the Venus energy, with the thing that's like over her eyes that look like a Colosseum. It's almost like it's a picture show everybody's watching. Almost like the woman in Adam, or Adam and the woman in the garden being looked at, right? Okay. Let's say that somebody, even a sorcerer or something like that. Let's say somebody switched at birth, or let's say that, again, and nobody never in your family never told you, but they treated you differently and everything all like this, okay? And you still got questions, and nobody still ain't saying that. And it's just like, just say too also that this might be something very powerful where somebody put a binding spell on you or something when you were younger. And so it damaged something, right? And so you're kind of like that charity case. You have to feel like at some point in time during this journey, especially this summer, I had felt like a charity case. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I want whatever it is somebody took from me, because I feel like something has happened even in adulthood from a more powerful and knowing being, right? That something happened that changed something. And so I have to have a little bit, possibly more help in certain departments. It's almost like, I always get, okay, Horus or Osiris energy of being chopped up into pieces, right? Like your mind fragmented or compartmentalized. So it takes me like images with this and that, but it all kind of comes together though. And it's just that beauty of that something that is with the spirit. I feel it's just what it is. And I feel like, yeah. And so it makes me frustrated because I want to be like, what? I want to do something. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, everybody's just like, just sit down because you don't even know, and it's just like, well, I'm not trying to do this, or like, can somebody tell me what? Or because if I keep doing this, then I'm making something messed up. I don't want to do that. So it's just like that. But I feel like the thing was to have spiritual soul siblings turn away, to have family turn away, to have these things. And then somebody sit there and cry and want to kill themselves. But it ain't never nothing in this motherfucking world gonna have me want to take myself up out of here. It's still things I'm trying to do. Things I'm trying to get. People I'm trying to see. You know what I'm saying? What they said, Zion can't be moved unless God himself come. Right? So again, God gonna have to show me his ID and come on and tell me where we need to be going. So again. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's, like, I'm just saying if that was the case. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So I can see that she was drunk. Okay. And we already read that part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But it says, and yet soon he will come up out of the bottomless pit and go to eternal. So I think this is also talking about Queen of Swords energy. Somebody is pissed off. Somebody tried to, again, mix some shit up. Right? Write something up, script something up. Somebody's trying to write some document or something like that. Some, you know, because they want to be in some union, or they want to, again, keep somebody out of a union. You know, like I said, I ain't gonna be like, come on, man. To leave somebody out in the cold or cut off a cornerstone. And again, it's putting somebody possibly in danger that will want to even, you know, they can't even be their fool when they come to try to protect the empress, right? Because then you got other energies here that are looking for children and empresses to fill their households with. Again, it just reminds me also of Queen of Swords energy. These people watching you so they can find something that you're doing, on looking on high, like they're holy or whatever. Some might be for eternal destruction. So again, somebody is actually, it is just like on the Discovery of Witches, when the other dark witch was pissed off at Diana, right? And then she went into the files of the whatever coven or whatever they were in, and she started to look at documents. And he said, why did you do? I didn't tell you to look at documents for personal whatever. I told you to look at them for whatever research. So again, it's the same thing. I know for a fact that somebody is somebody that's in our face as a plant in the community, probably been there for a long time, is dealing with government energies, and they are probably doing something with the Biden administration to attack or to make sure that these defiling things happen to the true children, because they mad. And because they want other people, other energies to come in here and be in, again, it just is. And the wall of water is going to protect this energy here. Because they feel like, again, maybe my mouth is just not tameable. But it's not even that. It's just like, why is the world, okay, so if it's not important, then why is the world worried about one woman that's sitting here talking about something when people talk about more ridiculous shit on here? And again, all year, I only been getting like 1 or 2 views on my video. So from 300, right? So again, why would you care what one person is saying? Who is that person? That's what I want to know. What's that person's lineage? Like when they was talking about in that, I would advise, matter of fact, I'm going to advise that you guys listen to it and really read between the headlines. Why she got to be sitting here with her southern border exposed? To what? The empress. It's because other people want a piece of the pie that she was willing to share, and already wanted to put people, and even the people that she set up and spoke with source about putting in positions, ended up being people that didn't help at all. Which makes me think maybe we're talking about something that, again, I'm not even going to be having to be around for. And I'm not saying like, no, like death or nothing, but, you know, I might be, you know, another place might be prepared. I don't know. Okay. So again, this is something about the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the Almighty God. Okay. On his robe and thigh was written the title King of Kings and Lords of Lords. And on this thigh, this is making me think we're probably talking about some kind of priest, or the Hierophant card is here with the Egyptian stack here. You see how this person is in between those 2 columns or candlesticks or wands? I'm almost done. I've got 5 more minutes on the clock. Okay. Okay. Then the Hermit card. So again, they're saying that there's a word, something written on the thigh or whatever. And I'm just trying to figure out what you know, what that can be talking about. But I showed y'all the thighs on the. You don't have to do that though, because it's just going to keep distracting me. It's going to take me longer. Okay. I'm almost done. I have a couple more sentences. Then I saw an angel standing in the sunshine, okay, shouting loudly to the birds. So again, this is making me think about the Lovers card, actually. Shouting loudly to the birds, come, come gather together for the supper of the great God. Come and eat the flesh of kings. So I don't know what this means, consume the flesh of kings. This might be talking about, come and take the robe or the dressing or the names of or the land of, resources of the kings. Okay? And captains and great generals of horses and riders and all humanity, both great and small, slave and free. So let's just take, this is talking about taking something from whoever. Then I saw an evil creature gathering the governments of the earth. Okay, so these are militias, nation building communities, whatever. Whoever, people that rejected, again, the true children. All right? That are forming their own governments right here. Okay? The Black Caucus energy here. The new generation, the children. The children are going to run the what? The elders. Who are the elders? You think we talking only about just your grandparents when we talk about this variance? No. He's talking about a certain select group of children that have natural gifts for healing and everything like this. And the old gods versus the new gods or tech gods. Because for some reason, nobody can be left alone. Somebody wants it to go that way. Or Source may even be taking it back, but we had to say something. That's what I mean when I'm saying ain't no other savior than yourself. Because we have to recognize some things that's real and then go ahead and deal with those things to go to the root of things. You know what I'm saying? And then deal with each other on some kind of level. And question people, why won't you mess with that person? Well, damn, I didn't see nothing that they did. You know what I'm saying? Challenge people. That's just the kind of friend I am. I don't know. That's just the kind of person I am. I mean, my friend could be, high school. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, no, I don't like her either then. Girl. You know what I'm saying? But not even really in high school, I couldn't do that. I really couldn't. And so now, today, it's just the same thing. Okay? Okay, I saw an angel standing in the sunshine, shouting loudly to the birds, come, gather together for the supper of the great God. Again, today I was just sitting there, and there were some hawks. I was like, where my hawks at? You know what I'm saying? And some white hawks came by, and then black hawks came by, and then there was some big brown eagle, a huge eagle. So I was like, oh my goodness. And I was sitting out there like, oh, so it's just because I just love them. So that's just it. But I was just thinking about an Egyptian totem energy, okay, when they were flying over, okay. So again, here we go with the Empress card. Oh, look, there she got the sun right there. She's standing in the sun and she's shouting to the bird. Look at that. This is my first time using these. Okay, and the Ankh right here. So again, that is representing the Ankh, but it's just separated. The circle is on top of the head and then the cross is in the heart. So again, maybe this is making me think about some kind of duality energy here, right? Like the pearl and then the other part. I don't know. It's making me think about something here. Died on the cross. So again, I don't know, maybe a crossroads, or the cross is representing what, like the high priestess. Oh yeah, she has on her chest, right? So again, maybe the water is using something to damage the heart. Okay, we do have the Three of Swords here. Okay, so again, in the rain. So rain, yeah, so raining. So this was some kind of form of control or raining or bridling, strapping. Oh, okay, something like that, right? And so again, there's her pearl here, but it's disconnected from that. But it's kind of like head over heart or something. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Okay, and then here's the Lover's card. Okay, and she shouted, look at, he looking at her, and she's shouting up there to this energy here. And it's almost like, I ain't do nothing. And he, look at his hand back here on something. Look at his hand. It looked like it's on something on that black thing, but it's really just like trying to show a shadow, which is strange. So it might be like a branch or something that he's holding on to. All right. And then she naked here, but she like, I ain't touched that tree. I ain't do nothing. So I'm just wondering, what is it? I'm just wondering. Could we have been going through that trial where, Eve is supposed to make the mistake and she never made the mistake, so they got to go on with the storyline and then just make it that way anyways, or they had to crucify or do horrible things behind the scenes to win something at all costs. That's what I see. But anyways, here's the Empress right here, and she's sitting here and she's looking at a bird. She's talking to a bird. Period. This is crazy. This is my first time using these, and then again, the crescent moon or whatever is under her feet. And she got a scepter in her hand with the sun on it. Almost like the Empress on the other card. Got that, like, it looked like a microphone. And she got a bird on her head. She got the stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's the 12 stars. In a white dress. All right. This is my first time using these cards. Okay, gathering the governments of the earth and their armies to fight against the one sitting on the horse and his army. Okay, so I feel like this is also talking about a horse. It's making me think about, I don't know, Hottentot energy possibly. I don't know. Or just like I said, the energy of that Venus in the thalamus energy that is like somebody is riding on an ass. Okay, if you study some of those images, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you see it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, and his army. Okay, so again, I don't know exactly what this is talking about. Again, I don't know. Like I said, I know that I did see a quick thing about like some people telling something about NATO or Russia that they should tread lightly with something. I don't know. Maybe that makes some more sense to somebody here. I don't know. And the evil creature was captured, and with him the false prophet who could do mighty miracles. But again, who is the false prophet? See, what they're trying to do is, this is what I'm telling you what I see when it comes to the divine masculine in me, right? That this is what they're just trying to do. They're trying to get it to a point so they're taking crafty counsel, doing this in the dark, okay? Groups, nations, religious organizations, I don't care who it is. I feel it, I sense it, I see you. It is. Maidens, that's just what's happening. It just is. And here we go with the death card. It's what it is. Spiritual death, whatever it will be, any other kind of way you want to go ahead and put it, but this is what it's talking about. Okay? Or it could be talking about a stallion. I don't know what. Maybe this is Houston energy. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But this is now something just flooding and rushing in here. And it might be even kind of like to the extent where this has something to do with the masculine, but he really don't have much to do with it, or probably might be the one that might be, in repentance for something, because that's the energy that I feel. Or something. Repent just mean to turn away from somebody, not something, and not be doing it. Hold on, let me turn this off.